with the GOAT, Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. is back. He is back, ladies and gentlemen, after being only retired for 2 years. And can you really say he was really retired? Because maybe he was just in his regular offseason. But after announcing his retirement back in January, like a week or two after they got eliminated by the Rams, it really looked like it was over. It really like it was over. And all of a sudden, this past Sunday, and then there was rumors leading up to it, like, it's Tom Brady done. It's Tom Brady done. Great players, especially guys like, him and Michael Jordan, they don't really know when to actually close the chapter, man. And when you've been somebody, he's been in the league for 22 years. And even before that, being in college football has been a part of his life forever. So, I thought it was just, he's just going through the regular, motions of being retired, not knowing what to do. But on Sunday night, Sunday afternoon, I took a little nap. I was a little tired. I think it was the daylight savings time fucking with me. But I woke up to a lot of text messages, and I was like, okay, who the hell died? Why are people blowing up my phone like this? And to see that Tom Brady is coming back. And I think it's fun. I think it's fun for the league. It's fun for us Tom Brady fans because, he's still playing well. This is not like he been playing like shit. And, and Father Time was like, yo, you just got to sit down. He had his best statistical year last season. Should have been the MVP. I don't care what nobody says. Aaron Rodgers won it because he be throwing that ball out of bounds instead of getting interceptions. But more yards, more touchdowns. He should have been the MVP. But now he's coming back, and when he said unfinished business, which is funny to me because I'm like, what the hell is unfinished? You got 7 fucking Super Bowl rings. You got every fucking passing record known to man. What else is there to do? But he just loves the game too much. And I know we were out here, making jokes on Twitter. Oh, he had too much of his kids, things of that nature. He didn't want to do all of that. And so we got breaking news is coming from Ian Rappaport, which is what we're doing this live, everything on it. Von Miller is going to the Buffalo Bills for 6 years, $120 million. Give a shout out to my producer, Pat Vito, for hitting me with that as you're recording. That is a lot of goddamn money for Von Miller. I'm just going to say that. A lot of damn money for Von Miller at this stage in his career. This was 4 years ago. I would understand. But at the same time, I'm not mad at the Bills saying we need to go out there and get a championship. They were so damn close last year with that shootout with the Kansas City Chiefs. And I believe if they were to get past that game, that they would have won the Super Bowl. And Von has 2 rings. Von was one of the missing pieces for the Rams in that championship this past season. So maybe that's going to help them. It's definitely going to help them on defense because we know that was their problem at the end of that game, not being able to stop Pat with 13 seconds left. But that's massive. That's massive. 120 million. But I'm not mad at Von. Go get your money, man. There's a lot. There might be some more breaking news going on today as we're recording this. And this is Wednesday, March 16th. And, we got baseball free agency. Today's first official day with teams can sign with NFL free agency. So we got a lot of things going on. Chris Bryant signed earlier today with the Colorado Rockies for 7 years, $182 million. No trade clause. Of course, we'll get into baseball later. Just keeping you updated with a lot of these things. Khalil Mack was introduced, as you can see. I got my 52 in the background, man. He will always be a Chicago Bear. But I'll get into that into a minute. But yeah, salute to Tom Brady. I'm glad he's back. As the biggest fan of his that I know, I'm going to enjoy watching him again this season. And they got a good chance to try to run it back, man. They getting all their guys coming back. We still don't know about Gronk yet, but if Gronk does play, we know it's going to be with Brady. And if you look at the landscape of the NFC, it's actually a perfect transition to our next topic. There's really nothing going on in the NFC. Of course, Aaron Rodgers is back with the Packers, so they're going to have to be dealt with, even though we don't think that team's going to be as good because of, that big-ass contract I'm about to break down. It's a real extensive contract, and we don't know what's going to happen with Devontae Adams. They lost a lot of defenders. Azarius Smith is gone. He signed with the Baltimore Ravens today. So we don't really know what kind of team the Packers are going to have around them. Is that defense going to be as good as it was last year? Is the offense going to be as good as it was last year? They already lost offensive linemen to the Bears. There's a lot of question marks on top of them not being able to win a playoff game as it is. And then you got the Rams. The Rams, they just lost Von Miller, which is going to hurt their defense a little bit. We don't know the status of Odell Beckham Jr. We don't know if he's going to come back. Things of that nature. So, they're going to be the champs. They should be respected. They should be the team to beat. But if you're Tom Brady, you're looking at the NFC like, okay, I'm going to let the AFC youngins and Russell Wilson and all of them fight themselves to death, and then I can step in and try to get my 8th championship, man. So it's going to be interesting. It's funny just how the trajectory of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers changed in 48 hours. I mean, just a week ago, we was over here talking about, are they going to get into the Jimmy Garoppolo race? Like, it was that damn bad because they didn't know what they're going to do at quarterback. So now they got to go back, and now they can think about championships, man. But let's get into this Aaron Rodgers contract. So Aaron Rodgers, I'm looking at it right now, has signed a 3-year, $150 million contract. Now, it's a different kind of contract. It's not really 3 years. If you look at it, it's $41.95 million guaranteed this season for the 2022 season. It's fully guaranteed in the form of $40.8 million roster bonus to be treated as a signing bonus for cap purposes, and a base salary of 1.5 million, 1.15 million. And in 2023, he's going to make 59.465 million guaranteed. And in 2024, he will be making $49.25 million, which is guaranteed only depending on what his injury status is, the signing. And here's the thing that goes with it, the clause. If Rodgers only plays one season or retires or gets released before 2023, the Packers will have to eat $68 million in dead cap. That is a ridiculous number that you're gonna have to eat. I thought the Bears had to pay a little Mac was big with the $24 million, but that is fucking ridiculous. But they have an option to void 2 years in 2025 and 2026 for salary cap help. So hope that broke that down for you. To me, this isn't a 3-year contract. From the way I'm reading this is a year-to-year thing. And on the Packers side, if you're a Packers fan, you should be happy because at least he's fully committed to you. I don't think a year from now we're going to be doing does he want to go somewhere else? It's either he's going to stay with the Packers or he's going to retire. We don't have to worry. If you're a Packer fan, you don't have to worry about him playing for another team. He's either going to be a Packer or he's gone. So as far as the dead cap, taking away my Bears bias away for a minute, I think it's a good deal because when you got a player of Aaron Rodgers' caliber, you have to give him fucking money. Trust me, Packers fans. The life of not having a franchise quarterback is not the life you want to live, okay? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like if you follow Twitter, like that tweet on Twitter where they say you don't want to date in this dating pool. He said they out here pegging. Like, they out here, you don't want to have a quarterback that you don't know nothing about. I understand y'all been spoiled the last 30 years with Brett Favre and now Aaron Rodgers. And I saw a couple Packers fans, we don't want Aaron Rodgers back, which is like asinine. It's super crazy to me. You don't want this life. Now, I hope we found the one in Justin Fields. I have no fucking idea. I think he's going to be a franchise quarterback, but I don't fucking know. You know what Aaron Rodgers is going to do. Yes, he hasn't won a Super Bowl since the fucking Obama administration. Yes, he hasn't won a playoff game in a couple years. I get all that, but this dude has won his 4th MVP, back-to-back MVPs. Even though he's 38 years old, he's still at the top of his fucking game. Despite the fact that he's a bozo, he's a great fucking quarterback. So you pay that man every fucking dollar and you try to maximize this window as large as you can. Who knows? Maybe in a year from now, and he's like, sayonara, I'm out. But at least you give yourself another chance. Now, if you look at the Jordan Love side of things, I know you're like, draft him 2 years ago. You need to see what you need to do. His 30-year options come up. I get all of that. But when you have to choose between him and Aaron Rodgers, you have to pay Aaron Rodgers. So on the non-biased Bears fan, I'm not mad at that contract. Now, my Bears fan hat said, fuck him. My Bears fan hat also doesn't really care because it's like, this Bears team is not going to be good. Everything is predicated on building this offense around Justin Fields and just seeing if Justin Fields is the guy. And if Justin Fields is the guy, that means you have to build around him. So when Aaron is done playing, now the division should be yours. That's what you need to put this together. So in long term, I don't really care about that. Like, it's not like we're contenders and Aaron is standing in my way. So, but it's a good deal to me if you're a Packer fan. Now, other QB carousels going on. We got Russell Wilson traded to the Denver Broncos, man, and that came out of nowhere last Wednesday. It was really just random out of nowhere. Right, a couple hours after the Aaron Rodgers news, Aaron Rodgers announced he was going to come back. That was a topic for a little bit, and boom, Russell Wilson to Denver. And this AFC West, first of all, I want every AFC West game televised. This is hands down the best division in football. And as good as Russell Wilson is, he's probably the 3rd best quarterback in that division. We all know Pat's number 1, Jay Herbo's number 2, and then Russell be number 3. And I know a lot of people make fun of Derek Carr. Derek Carr's not a bad quarterback, man. I think Derek Carr is a really good quarterback. Is he elite? Is he like those three? No, he's not. But he's the guy that you can win games with. And I do think the Raiders will not be a push around. I mean, they're one of the two guys who actually made the playoffs this year. I mean, the Chargers, as great as Justin Herbert is, they didn't make the playoffs this year because of tweaking against the fucking Raiders. So I definitely think the Raiders will be in there. The Raiders made a big deal today, signing Chandler Jones from the Arizona Cardinals, which is huge. Him and Max Crosby should be a crazy pass rush. I know they're going to add some more people to that. They're going to be a force too. And Denver is an interesting situation because yes, Russ makes them a lot better. This is a team that since Peyton Manning has retired, that they've had a problem trying to find a quarterback. And if you want to keep it a buck, even the year they won the Super Bowl, that was really all the defense because Peyton Manning's corpse was out there that last year. You know what I'm saying? Vaughn and them carried them to the finish line because they really had nothing. There was times where Brock Osweiler was looking better than Peyton. So it's been a while since they've had good quarterback play, and they've got a really good defense. They've got some solid wide receivers, got a good running back. So I'm interested to see if can this take them over the top. But I really, really love what the Los Angeles Chargers are doing. Of course, they got my man Mac. Him on the other side with Joey Bosa is going to be super fun to watch. They've been boasting up their defensive free agency. Signed Johnson from the Patriots. He's going to be playing corner out there. So they're going to be out there. And I think the only thing holding them back right now is can they just stop doing Charger shit, which goes down to coaching. Can Brandon Staley actually coach this team well and get them over the hump? And we all know Kansas City is going to be ready. Kansas City is, that they would smell themselves last year. I really feel like they didn't take anybody in the playoffs seriously, and that's one of the reasons they lost to Cincinnati. Having their own head and ass. And so right now they're going to be trying to come back and try to get their crown back because for the first time in his career, Patrick Mahomes is being held to the fire, man. So it's going to be a fun division. But for Russ, I'm happy for him. I feel like a lot of people forgot just how good Russ is because of how the situation in Seattle has been. But at the same time, there's pressure on you now. You got to go out there and see if you can win this championship for him because Russ is still young. Russ is, 33, 34 years old. He's still got a couple more years left. And with the way we've been seeing quarterbacks play lately, if he can stay healthy, there's no reason why he can't play into 40. So this is a real good signing for the Broncos. They gave up a lot, but when you're getting a franchise quarterback in this league, franchise quarterbacks do not grow on trees. A lot of teams have never found one. So I got to appreciate the Broncos for what they're going out there and doing. And I think it's going to be fun to watch. I'm really looking forward to that whole fucking division. And, I'm waiting to see how the rest of this play out, rest of free agency, the draft, before we can really find out, where the rankings are. But as of right now, super early prediction, I still have them as a third best team in the AFC West. But that's still an amazing trade for the Denver Broncos, man. On the other side of things, of course, Carson Wentz got traded to Washington. First of all, there's two things that Ryan Pace ever did for me in his tenure as Bears GM was one, not trading for Carson Wentz. I appreciate that. And two, trading up to get Justin Fields. Now, of course, the jury's still out on Justin, but if you look at all these other teams just trying to find anything, I mean, Mitchell fucking Trubisky just got paid $22 million by the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers. They're giving him another option. It just tells you how bad once you get past the big guns, how hard it is to find a quarterback. So it feels good to just even position to even have hope that Justin is the one. So I will give him credit for that, being able to do all of that to get him in position. But if you look at these other teams, man, you've got Wentz has been getting away with murder for years. He had that one good season in 2017 where he could have been MVP if he didn't get the ACL tour, but he's been nothing since. Left Philly, didn't do anything those last couple of years in Philly. Had a god-awful year last year. I mean, if you look at the numbers, it don't look like it was that bad in Indianapolis, but at the end of the last couple weeks of that season where the offense for the Colts was really inconsistent because he wasn't good. It was just flat out called like it is. And in that last game against Jacksonville, we posted up one of the worst fucking quarterback ratings that you could ever see. I think the writing was was on the wall of where this is going to happen. And if you're Washington, to give up picks for this guy just doesn't make any sense to me. I know Tyler Heineke is not, great or anything, but can you honestly, with a straight face, say that Carson Wentz is much better than Tyler Heineke? I mean, if he is, he ain't that much better. You could have kept your draft picks and just rolled it out with him. So I don't really understand that. And if you're the Indianapolis Colts, I mean, they're in another situation where I don't know where they go for quarterback. I mean, there's a lot of options coming off the board right now. I mean, Mitch was going to be an option. Then he signed with Pittsburgh, and now we've got, they're not in Deshaun Watson talks. So I don't really know where Indianapolis is going to go, along with a whole bunch of other teams. I mean, the Giants signed Tyrod Taylor as a backup, which they're putting all their fruit into the Daniel Jones basket, which doesn't make any sense. I get it you have to, give him as many chances as possible, but that guy's just not good. And I feel like Tyrod would be a much better option, but it's very tough teams right here looking for a quarterback solution. So I'm just glad that the Bears even have an opportunity to even see what they have, because I don't understand a lot of these moves going on, man, especially that Carson Wentz move.